Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to 13 minutes of unbelievable moments. Now, I am genuinely curious about this one because, what makes a moment unbelievable? Is it something just crazy happening? Is it something unexpected happening? I'd love to see what the editor of this video has defined as that. But this video is from, let's see here, Underworld, and they do a lot of really fantastic videos, so I've got high expectations of this one, so let's do it.
From a monster wave destroying an oil tanker in the middle of the Baltic Sea, to a military aircraft flying
so
dangerously low between skyscrapers in a crowded city, here are 13 minutes of unbelievable moments caught on camera. Back on January 29, 2021, a Russian oil tanker traversing the Baltic Sea found itself in the middle of a powerful storm. The video begins with wave after wave pounding the ship, sending water splashing onto the deck. As the captain tries to navigate through the storm to calmer seas, a wave much larger than the rest can be seen forming off in the distance. A few moments later, it smashes into the ship, destroying the bridge and sending crew members into a panic.
Because there's nothing you can do in this situation apart from just brace yourself, really. Just the size of the... Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Such a huge amount of water.
Immediately after this incident, the captain headed to the nearest port and was luckily able to do so without any further incident or injuries. Modern ships of this size are built to withstand such waves, making this disaster all the more terrifying.
But if that was like 100 years ago, that boat could have capsized.
The city of Brisbane, Australia, is home to many great attractions and festivals each and every year. Back on September 22, 2021, locals captured an incredible moment while a C17 Globemaster was rehearsing for the River Fire Spectacular, the grand climax to the Brisbane Festival. Watch as locals capture the moment this military transport aircraft flies dangerously low through the crowded city before disappearing off in the distance.
It almost looks like CGI. Because you never see something like this happening. It's like a passenger jet flying in between buildings. Man, that thing is chunky. I wonder what the capacity is for that thing. The narrator said it's a cargo jet. I wonder how many people it could hold. A couple hundred, maybe 400, 500 troops, something like that. It is enormous. Just look at the girth of it. It's so thick.
To those unfamiliar with what's going on, it must have been quite a frightening experience, especially considering the aircraft was seemingly flying right between skyscrapers. Upon release, the video quickly went viral, with unnamed members of the US Air Force commenting on how dangerous the stunt was. Thankfully, it went off without a hitch, and was a moment that I'm sure those watching will never forget.
Yeah, because you'll never see something like that again.
Flying during a storm is never a fun experience. The passengers on board this British Airways flight learned that the hard way back in 2020 when an attempted landing had to be aborted at the last second. The date was August 28, 2020. During this time, the powerful storm named Eric was in full swing, and it brought with it extreme winds and lots of rain. While attempting to land, this Boeing 787 Dreamliner struggled to compete with the powerful gusts of wind which rocked the aircraft from side to side. Once its wheels touched down, the pilot knew he would not be able to land and quickly pulled up, making it seem as though the aircraft bounced off the runway.
Completely wrong, and if I am, then Frankie, you got it.
Oh man, it's so unstable. But so why couldn't it land? Because it touched down, why didn't the pilot just, I don't know, lower the engine like a... Because if it bounced again, it would have just decelerated, wouldn't it? It would have slowed down eventually.
Thanks to the quick action by the pilot, nobody on board was injured, albeit many were likely a bit frightened. Following this dangerous touch and go, the pilot performed a go-around maneuver and was able to land safely. After seeing this footage, I think I'll try to avoid flying during a storm from now on.
But there's not much you can do about it, really. You can't really predict them.
On May 17, 2020, a man in Finland was filming when he captured an incredible and rare moment on film. During a day filled with stormy weather, the man noticed a large Airbus A350 flying overhead and started recording. As the plane flew past on its approach to the airport, a powerful bolt of lightning can be seen shooting out of the sky, striking the plane. Thankfully, modern aircraft are built to withstand such events, so nobody on board was injured.
Oh my god. Imagine seeing that from your window. Massive bolt of lightning hitting the engine. You'd be like, fuck, well, I guess that's it for me. Oh man, it was so thick.
Now, while this might seem like a rare occurrence, the truth is, it happens more than you might imagine. As mentioned, modern aircrafts are built to be able to withstand such strikes. But this wasn't always the case. Back in 1963, a commercial flight crashed after being struck by lightning when the lightning ignited fuel vapors, causing an explosion which destroyed one of the wings.
Oh my god.
To date, no such accidents have occurred.
Horrific, man. You would not want to see
The
that.
Netherlands is a country whose naval origins date back centuries. Some of the world's finest ships are built here, and the tradition of launching them is one of great importance. However, like anything in life, things are bound to go wrong from time to time. On September 16, 2019, during the launch of the incredible 90-meter-long ship known as Tasman, an employee of the shipyard was nearly crushed when the ship began to slide off of its supports and into the water.
What, so it started sliding prematurely? Because if it didn't, why was he in that position? I think it started sliding prematurely, didn't it? Man. I would love to know, like, what was the explanation behind that? Why was he there?
The employee was trying to remove a rope when the launch commenced, and he soon found himself standing right in its path. Those watching began to yell in panic as the ship began to slide in his direction. With only seconds to spare, he dove to the side and out of harm's way.
But why was he trying to remove the rope? It's not worth risking your life, is it?
It was an extremely close encounter, and one that he was lucky to walk away from.
Yeah. Him versus the boat wins every time.
Along the coast of India lies the town of Along. The town is rather small, with a total population of less than 20,000 people, and is known by many for one thing: its ship-breaking yard. Since its establishment in 1983, this beach has grown to be the largest ship-breaking site in the world. And it's here where many of the world's old and decaying ships come to die. Video filmed in May of 2009 shows exactly how these ships arrived at this beach. Except this one was a bit more violent than usual.
Oh man, it's coming in too fast, isn't it? I think it needs to slow down a bit, doesn't it? That boat is huge. That ship is massive. Yeah, it's getting too close, too quickly. It's gonna slam into... Oh! Oh no. Look how big it is, man. What was the captain thinking? What was he thinking?
While this crash may seem like an accident, the truth is that this was actually intended, so it technically went off without a hitch.
Okay.
The ship in this video weighs in at over 19,000 tons and can be seen barreling towards shore at a speed of over 20 nautical miles per hour. Just before it reaches land, it crashes into two other ships already beached, before coming to a sudden halt in its final resting place.
So when they take those ships apart, they must sell the material for like scrap, because the amount of steel and stuff you can get off that must be huge.
Freak accidents during construction work can be some of the most dangerous and most costly, and, as you are about to see, usually happen with little warning. On July 21st, 2012, a truck arrived at a construction site in Venezuela carrying a 400-ton piece of heavy machinery. As it began to go down a hill, the vehicle started to lose traction and slide, the first sign that something bad was about to happen. The driver attempted to regain control, but as you can see, the truck was no match for the weight of the machinery.
No. You can kind of tell that it's a lot heavier than the truck. Man, yeah, you can see the wheels losing traction completely. Those two big ones, they're not even spinning anymore. Oh! Whew, expensive mistake. Expensive mistake.
As the truck jackknifed, the trailer was left at a precarious angle, and the machinery soon went tumbling down the nearby hill. This wound up being a costly accident, but one that thankfully did not lead to any injuries. If you enjoyed this video and want
some insane moments there, like the one that really sticks in my mind was the guy trying to get the rope out of the way when they were putting the ship into the water. I mean, what I just can't understand that. Like, it's not worth you literally risking your life. He would have been crushed. Like, he would have been crushed, or he would have been pushed into the water and the boat would have landed on top of him. I just don't get it. But really, really entertaining video. It did not let me down there. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.